All right, wargaming enthusiasts, from the perspective independent of a system. So something that could work, games that I enjoy, Battletech, Chain of Command, X-Wing miniatures, a little bit more dynamic from that perspective. God Tier. God Tier is kind of a skirmish-based miniature game. For this Tactica, we would keep that out. Warhammer 40K and other historical type games. Did I throw Chain of Command in there too? World War II. Sniper teams. This idea of pulling it out away from a specific system and implementing a concept. How do we create a sniper team? So I define a sniper team unit as one unit, one element, one stand, one ship that's on the table, has long range, has the ability to remove, cripple, or put a condition, a special condition on a unit, and has the ability, potentially that ability, to pick out certain units. Now, it's great if you're playing a wargaming system that has a sniper type setup. I'm going to jump into Chain of Command for the moment. You have your army lists, and I've pushed up to my channel here. If you're looking for an amazing rule set for World War II historicals, you can check out the Chain of Command play set where we talk tactics, and I show a very, very brief overview of the rules. But the idea is you have your army list, which is defined if it's early war, late war, mid-war. Then you have a bunch of support points, and you spend these support points to buy tanks. I love tanks, mortar teams, machine gun teams, senior officers, junior officers, snipers. The way the sniper team works is you deploy the miniatures, and they have a chance to pick out a commanding officer on the table. If it's in range, they can try to make the attack, see if they hit, see if they pick it out, and that affects the chain of command. So there is a special rule that allows you to specifically target command units. The counter to that, of course, is it's only one shot. You have to be in range. There's a chance you'll be discovered. So sometimes you have a rule set where, okay, the sniper is defined, and we can take that. Other times, this is a concept where there is no perfectly defined type rule, or you have something that has long range, but it doesn't necessarily let you pick out for the sake of game balance or narrative from that perspective. Looking at something like Battletech, what would make a good sniper type unit? A good sniper type unit, I would say, would be one that has mobility to get into position, one that has long enough range, and one that can cause some damage. An example that I would throw out there, being mindful of battle value. Battle value in Battletech is how much a unit costs. I would take the Griffin. This is a mech that stock Griffin. It's a medium mech. It's got some good speed. It's got some good mobility. It has a PPC matched with an LRM 10-pack. These are two longer ranged weapons that can do some decent damage. I can target something at range. I got 2 shots to fire on it, and I can get out of there if necessary. So there are units where you could fulfill these things. The value I see in the sniper team is twofold, and this is playing into the Tactica of use and positioning. In all these games, X-Wing miniatures, you're paying some sort of points for it. So I need to at least be taking the attack, the shots every single turn. I'm going to do my best with the modifiers. I'm going to do my best to influence the dice. But being a dice-based game, I might very well miss. But at least if I'm taking that shot every turn, I'm earning the battle value. I'm using it. So a sniper team that I'm going to be conservative with or not take shots every turn, I might as well have spent the points on something else. Obviously, maybe turn 1 or turn 2, you're getting into position. The second aspect is beyond causing damage. I'm going to try and cause damage. Area denial or committing other units based on battle value. Can I use the power perceived is power achieved, right? Can I use the influence of this sniper-like unit to affect the game in higher values? Okay, what do we mean by that? Jumping to Battletech. I've got my Griffin mech, medium mech. Usually you want to stay in a group. You want to have some support. You want to have some tanks and combined arms. But I operate with this Griffin, and I send it off out to snipe somewhere. As I'm firing away, or if my opponent, it's not hidden, my opponent sees it working up the flank, they kind of know what it's going to do. Maybe I'm going to engage some vulnerable units. What is the battle value of that Griffin mech? What is the cost? What is the C-bills? What is the power points, the squadron points, whatever it's going to be? If I can make it such a threat or a perceived threat that my opponent now pulls off an entire lance, 4 battle mechs, just to chase me down, to drive me away. There's no way I'm going to sniper engage 4 battle mechs. I'm going to get destroyed. But those 4 battle mechs are not contributing to the battle in the moment. They're siphoned off and they're dealing with this sniper type unit. So 3 or 4 times my value is being used up. I'm not shooting every turn. I'd like to be shooting every turn. I'm going to be running and getting out of there. But sometimes a sniper unit can hold things up and change the battle that way. It's not always about killy. Chain of command, jumping back to that, historical World War II, you deploy the sniper team down, and the models aren't hidden. Your opponent is going to see them. They're going to know where they are. But every time they shoot, there's a special rule. Every time they shoot, if units are within sight or the unit they can shoot at, there is a chance of discovery. As units get closer, there is a chance of discovery. So that's the question of, if I deploy out a sniper team, is someone going to stay away from that area? Are they just going to say, look, it's not worth it. I'll just ignore it. Now, if that happens, I can redeploy, and usually I do. But even if I just stay there for some reason, while I'm not earning the battle value, because I'm not shooting every turn, if I can shut down a part of the table or a piece of terrain or a mission objective that my opponent stays away from, and that towards the mission is worth 3 or 4 times of my value that I paid for that unit, support points and chain of command, that's a way to utilize it. So I find with sniper teams, there's kind of this active-passive duality. Active in that, like, yeah, I'm going to take the shot, enemy at the gates, we're going to do that type of stuff. But likewise, if I can cause you to change your battle plans, if I can cause you to send some extra units out to chase them down, what can we do from that perspective? It also works, and it also has value. Now, if I can get both of those combined, all of a sudden the unit goes to legendary status. So looking at the gaming system that you are playing right now at this moment, whatever it's going to be, what units do you have in your collection, or what units can you fill out your collection with that could work in a possible sniper-esque or sniper type role on the tabletop?